Hey everyone, Sandeep here from 99signals.com, and in this video I'm reviewing an AI content tool called supercopy, which is currently available on AppSumo as a lifetime deal starting at $49. Now before we get into the tool itself, let me start with a confession. I'm usually very skeptical of AI copywriting tools. I've reviewed a lot of them over the years, and honestly most are just content factories that generate the same outputs but come with different dashboards. So when I first saw supercopy, I didn't expect much. But after spending time with it, I realized supercopy isn't just trying to be another write content faster tool. What it's actually doing is forcing you to think about who you're writing for before you generate a single word. And that distinction matters a lot, especially if you're a solo creator, a blogger, or someone who's just tired of generic AI output that sounds good but doesn't actually work. In this video, I'll show you what supercopy does differently, who it's actually for, and where it fits realistically in your workflow without the usual AI hype. Now, before we dive into the demo, I would just like to show you all the plans that AppSumo is offering on supercopy. The first license tier goes for $49. This is the most basic plan. You get 15,000 words a month. You can create 3 audience personas and just create 1 brand persona. And all the other features are included. The limits are purely in terms of the number of words you can generate and the audience personas and the brand personas that you can create. So if you're a power user, I would recommend license tier 2 or higher depending on your usage. License tier 2 gives you 75,000 words per month. You can generate 5 audience personas, 3 brand personas, and all the other features are included, like I said. It all depends on your usage. So if you're someone who uses AI on a regular basis and you want AI to generate content for you, then I would highly recommend going with license tier 2 or above. License tier 1 is just to test out the plan. If you like it, you can upgrade it to license tier 2 or beyond. Keep in mind that this deal goes live on 12th January. That's when I'll be uploading this video. Right now it's not live yet, so I've just opened a PDF copy of the deal. But by the time this video is uploaded, the deal will be live. You can find a link to the supercopy deal in the description of this video. Now that you know all the plans that are available at AppSumo, let's do a quick demo of supercopy. Alright, this is the supercopy dashboard, and before we dive into features, I want to set expectations properly. Supercopy, like most AI content tools that you find on the market, is built on top of OpenAI. It's using OpenAI models to generate the actual text. So if you're wondering, is this training its own AI? No, this is what you would call an AI wrapper. Now, that term gets thrown around a lot and usually in a negative way, but being a wrapper by itself isn't the problem. The real problem is lazy AI wrappers. These are tools that just slap a few templates on top of OpenAI and call it a product. What matters is what the wrapper adds on top of the model. And this is where supercopy is a bit more interesting than a majority of AI content tools that you find out there. Instead of starting with templates or format, it starts with context. You're picking personas, you're defining who you're writing for, and you're seeing market insights before anything gets generated. So yes, there are templates here. You can see them on the left, but they're not really the engine. They're more like the output format. The engine is the persona layer and the context you're setting before you ever hit generate. That's the difference between getting generic AI content and getting something that's at least aligned with your real audience. Now, before you start generating any content with supercopy, first generate your personas. So when you go to the persona section, in my case, you'll find the brand persona and then you'll find a few audience personas. So what happens is when you log into supercopy for the first time, you're prompted to enter your website. And based on your website, it'll create a brand persona for you, and it'll also create audience personas for you. So if you're going with tier 1, then you can only create 1 brand persona and you can create 3 audience personas. Tier 2 is where you can create 3 brand personas and about 5 audience personas. Right? So based on your needs, let's say you're managing multiple brands and you operate at an agency, you require higher limits, then you should think about going with tier 2 or above. But coming back to supercopy, here you have 1 brand persona and then you have 3 different audience personas that it has created for me. So you can see the audience personas here. You have growth focused SMB founder, you have SaaS startup marketing lead, and then you have solo blogger and creator. For each of these personas, it has really fleshed out the personality, so you can see their goals, you can see their problems, you can see their triggers, and you can see their barriers. Now, if you don't like any aspect of your persona, you can just hit the edit button and you can change the demographics, you can change the age range, you can change their attributes, and you can also change their psychographics here. Now, if at any point you would like to create more personas, then you just have to click on discover new personas. You can either create more brand personas or you can create more audience personas. Similarly, if you'd like to do it manually, then you can click on create new brand persona and go about creating your own brand persona. Now, one thing you don't see here is a product persona. Now, if you have products and if you'd like to create personas for your products, you can do that as well. This is just a blog, so there's no point in creating a product persona. But if you are a SaaS founder or if you'd like to create product personas for each of your products, you can use supercopy to do that. Now, don't skip this step because this is the most important step. This is what differentiate supercopy from other AI content tools out there. What it will be doing going forward once you create your personas is tailoring all the content that it generates towards your personas. So this is a very important step. Don't skip this. Make sure your brand persona is accurate and your audience persona is accurate. Now, once these personas are created and they're really fleshed out and they're as per your specifications, that's when you can start playing with the tool. Now, let me just show you how you can go about creating a blog post on supercopy. For this, you can go to superchat and I'll show you what I did with supercopy. So what I told superchat GPT to do was suggest 3 blog post angles for SMB founders. Now, SMB founders is one of the audience personas that I've created for 99 Signals. And I also gave it a broad topic, which was to turn AI experiments into actual business outcomes. And based on the prompt, it generated 3 blog post angles for me. Now, I really like this topic, which was all about from experimentation to execution, which is a practical guide for SMB founders in AI. It gave the specific angle and it also gave the key points to cover. Next, what I wanted supercopy to do was generate a full post. So I gave this prompt where I gave the full blog post title, and just to be on the safer side, I also gave it a few specific guidelines. So I fleshed out the audience once again. I also iterated what tone it had to use, and I also ensured that the content avoids AI cliches, like the cliches that I've mentioned here. And I also specified the blog post length. Now, based on this prompt, it created this post for me. Now, this post itself is 70 to 80% accurate and it matches the tone of 99 Signals, but it still misses that unique touch. So this is where I would advise you to edit any post that you generate from AI. It still needs your own voice, your own authenticity, and you need to fact check because AI still has the ability to hallucinate. So in this case, it is an optimized post, but it still requires a lot of editing to do, but the heavy lifting itself has been done by AI. Now, like I said, supercopy doesn't have its own AI. It's actually an AI wrapper which is using OpenAI. It's just been optimized to create content for specific personas. So in this case, it did a pretty good job for me in terms of taking this prompt and generating a full blog post. Now, similarly, you can create a lot of stuff with supercopy. You'll find templates here. You can create a Facebook post, you can create Instagram caption, you can create TikTok caption, you can generate a tweet, you can generate a LinkedIn post, and you can also generate newsletters. So there are a lot of templates that you can find here. And for each of these templates, you can pick the brand persona, you can pick the audience persona, and you can give a specific goal for that piece of content. And based on that, it'll generate an output which you can then copy and paste into whichever channel you choose. On the left side, you'll find shortcuts to specific templates that are regularly used on supercopy. So if you want to compose a tweet, Instagram caption, Facebook post, a blog post or newsletter, you can just click on any of these templates and get immediate access to it. That wraps up this quick demo of supercopy. Now, is this the most advanced AI writing tool on the market? No. But supercopy does a good job of adding structure and guardrails around AI so you don't end up with completely generic output. So if you've tried tools like ChatGPT and Gemini and you feel overwhelmed by prompting, or you just want a more guided way to produce content consistently, supercopy is worth a look at the AppSumo price. You can find a link in the description to the lifetime access deal on AppSumo. I hope you found this review useful, and I'll be back very soon with a new video.